I believe that verbal abuse is the soul sucker, the soul killer, because we don't really understand it's happening. Subtle things, things that we just thought were rude, are really abuse. Listen to these people, these friends, these animals that are coming up, and see if any of them sound true for you.
Have you ever wondered what things that the narcissist said to you, were they abuse? I've got a few examples here. I brought some of my friends to help us out. Please stay tuned and watch all the things. Well, some of them. If you have other things that your narcissist said to you, put them in the comments so we can all learn. Name calling and verbal abuse and emotional abuse. It brings up names like idiot or stupid, sometimes crazy bitch or whore. Maybe they're saying you're worthless, or better yet, you're lazy. Just remember that as they pull these tricks and as they call you these names, they are reflecting in a mirror themselves, because that is their traits. An abuser likes to tell you what you're doing. For example, why don't you just stuff your feelings inside? You've got your priorities all screwed up. Stop being a drama queen. They tell you what their intentions are, what you intend to do, and it's really what they meant to do. Watch for them to interrupt you while you're talking and changing the subject to divert your attention. If you suspect something or you have something that you're concerned about deep inside your heart and they just change the subject, that is a red flag to watch out for. An abuser might use insults and threats against your pet. Why don't you just leave and take that geriatric dog with you? I hope he dies. I hope your dog gets killed in the middle of the road and you can't do anything about it. He might use threatening justice towards your pet. I'm going to crush your dog's neck. Or he might... Many narcissists are cheaters. Yes, they cheat all the time. It's just their way. They could be married to 4 different people at once, or just be sleeping with them. It's important to know that if you tell them what sex means to you, and they still betray you with acts that are not correct, time to go. To gain power and control, they may use the "you have no money, you be lost without me." That is a winner. It gets us every time. At least I have a job, he might say. And maybe she would say, you know nothing about the real world. At least I know how to make friends that matter. For so many of us, having sex, intercourse, is a sacred thing. Something we really save for people that we really love. When a narcissist knows this about you, they pretend that it's real love to get sex. Very often, they con you into bed and break up with you in the morning. For more examples of verbal abuse, they might tell you that your priorities are all screwed up. Or they might tell you that you're being a drama queen. How about a drama king? Yes, we've got those too. And would they tell you to stuff your feelings inside? These are all things that aren't good. Abuse, yes. A narcissist will insult your dreams. The churches and the restaurants and the movies that you want to see are just simply not good enough. Your career ambitions are just fluffy and not real. They insult the gifts that you give them or act quite disinterested. That is never going to work. They make fun of you and mock you. A narcissist won't care about your medical issues. Just be forewarned. You must learn to care for yourself. You might fall, get a concussion, and they won't care. You might break a rib, and they won't care. If you're having surgery, they won't care. But when they get home from work after a long day, and they need tender love and affection, and they need massaging and pampering. Could you put my feet up, dear? I don't think they'd say dear, but they certainly would make you feel bad if you didn't do it. A narcissist only wants to help themselves, and they want you to help them too. In an effort to belittle whatever's wrong with you, they will probably make fun of your medications. Think of it this way. They're happy pills. You're crazy. You need antidepressants. There's nothing wrong with you. You just want to get high. That is why you are asking the doctor for all these drugs. There's nothing wrong with you. A lot of times you might find that the narcissist is very thoughtless of your needs. For example, she might go into the kitchen right in front of you, make herself lunch, and not ask you if you want anything. Maybe they don't help you with the children or household chores. These are flags we must remember. Do they ask about your day? In many kinds of abuse, gifts are often used as a tool, not as an actual gift. If they did not come from the heart, maybe they didn't wrap it. Maybe there's a price tag on it, or they've just tossed it at you like a bone. Here you go. Sometimes they give gifts after a fight to initiate forgiveness. It isn't real, however. They don't care. Birthdays, holidays are very often used by the narcissist in their emotional abuse. If they know that your birthday is very important to you, they will on purpose, over time, make that holiday terrible for you. If you love Christmas, they will find a way to steal it from you. So be on your guard. Those days will come each year. Has this ever happened to you? My narcissist and his family, they were so in love with me because I was so different than anything they'd ever had in their life. And so they slowly began to change me. They dressed me in kimonos. And then they dressed me in clothes I didn't like. I wasn't good enough being me. They changed me. You can't do anything right. If you really loved me, you would clean up your room. That's ridiculous. You can't be upset about that. I didn't do anything. You're just like your father. Why can't you be more like your brother? When someone is abusing you, it may turn to a financial abuse situation. They demand that you do the shopping, but they don't give you enough money. They make you give them their paycheck. They do not believe that your job is important or that you should have your own money. They give you access to their bank accounts, and then they verbally and mentally abuse you for your decisions. When you're with a narcissist, there's a very good chance it will come into a financial ruin. Yes, they will do all sorts of things like make you quit your job. That was fun. Make you quit your job, and then you have to rely on them. But they will not give you the supply that you need. You see, this is their way of controlling you. They will take your money, even close accounts. It'll be so much fun. Shall we date one? Narcissists engage in crazy-making activities. They behave oddly, and they make it seem like you did something. They might, say that you promised to do something when you know you didn't. They may say that you promised to do something, and they are very disappointed in you. Very disappointed indeed. I wish I never had children. I am through with you. I hate you too. You're stupid. You are always doing things wrong. Why can't you do it right? Is it that much work? This is all your fault. I know what you did. You are such a liar. You had to mess this up again, didn't you? You're going to make me throw something if you don't stop. I really wish you didn't think the world revolved around you. You make me so angry. You just don't know when to stop, do you? You're just trying to make me angry. You don't know when to stop. You are going to be the death of me. You are so selfish. For a smart person, you really do some dumb things, don't you? I treat you exactly like you deserve. Mommy is crying in the basement because you did something wrong. You did it again. I will take the kids and leave you with nothing. The courts will favor me because I am a better parent and you are crazy. The face came back. They may just threaten to not come home tonight, to leave you wondering, not sleeping, worrying what you did. Emotional abuse and verbal abuse can be triggered for the rest of your life. Physical abuse, scars on the outside stay for a while, and there are inside scars. But just because there's no scar on your face doesn't mean you aren't damaged. Why does an abuser tell you lies about yourself? You know they're not true. But this is the trick. While you are defending against false lies, then you cannot question their behavior. If you hear any of these types of statements with your abuser, your narcissist, if I could suggest that instead of questioning yourself, did you really say that? I don't know. I don't remember it. Don't question yourself. Question why they feel they need to control your thoughts. You are not crazy, and they are not smart.
What? Verbal abuse is really a horrible thing. It knocks down the victim's own self-esteem. It makes them weaker. It makes them question if the narcissist is actually right. Verbal abuse is so subtle, we very often don't know. Think back. Think back to your abuser. Think, were any of these things familiar? Start to recognize that maybe they were.